Thailand just lost more than 7% of its tourists. That doesn't sound a lot, but read between the lines. As of October 2025, Thailand welcomed only 25 million visitors in the first 10 months. Depending on the source, that's between 4 and 7 million people fewer versus last year. And all of this in the economy that depends on tourism as you depend on oxygen. Today I'm showing you what's exactly happened, why it had happened, and what will happen to those investors who invested in Thailand thinking that tourism is bulletproof. Hi, I'm Artem. I live in Thailand and I help foreign buyers to acquire perfect properties for their investment goals. For the full 9 months of 2025, Thailand saw a 7.5% decrease in foreign visitors. At the same time, profit that was coming from those visitors is increasing. May 2025 was the month with the sharpest drop of more than 13% versus previous year. So 7% might not sound like a lot, but these are millions of visitors who never came. So the official forecast tells us that Thailand is expecting 33 to 34 million visitors this year. Compare it to the record-breaking 2019 with almost 40 million visitors. So why tourists stopped coming in the first place? Thailand received almost 2 million fewer Chinese travelers this year. We had some troubles in May and June because of the overall flight disturbance in the Middle East and Asia. Less people from India, less people from United Arab Emirates, less people from Saudi came because there were no flights for several weeks or even months. And I would say that there is also a global uncertainty and people are, I guess, scared of tariff wars, of inflation, of elections not going in the transparent direction. All of that has effect on the tourist flow to Thailand. Are there any good news? Well, actually, yes. Despite the number of tourists going slightly down, maybe not slightly, but 7% down, the revenue that those tourists who come generate is up 1% comparing to last year. That means that people who are coming spend more. The hotel room that is being rented out costs more. This is a clear sign that premium segment is not struggling, right, and even growing, but who is struggling is the mass market. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button if you have traveled to Thailand and thought that it's less crowded than before. Subscription would be nice as well. So why the slowdown and what officials are claiming to be the reason? So first, as I've mentioned, is the economical uncertainty. Second is that Thai baht is stronger than ever. For the investor, that might be a good thing actually. And the third one is fierce competition from the neighboring countries. First of all, that's Malaysia and Vietnam. And to be frank, I've been to Vietnam and Malaysia this year, to both countries. So I also contributed to the trend, and I'm sorry, Thailand, I'm sorry. Having said that, I believe that depending on tourism is kind of a fragile strategy because you depend on people from other countries, that those people will have money and will want to visit your country and spend it there. The moment either of these components change, you're in trouble. Another good news is that the government understands the issue and they are pushing a lot of stimulus to the market to turn around this situation. So they are cutting the transfer fees, they are subsidizing the flights, and they are putting a lot of efforts on the table. However, the situation hasn't rebounded yet. And in the situation when you put a lot on the table and it doesn't work and the situation doesn't get any better, I guess this is not a seasonal dip, that's more of a structural problem. Let's figure that out. So here what I read between the lines. If this trend continues into 2026 and the tourist flow will continue to decline, what does that mean? So first of all, property value in tourist zones might decrease. Rental yields on vacation condos might decrease. Businesses that depend on tourists and foot traffic might even close. And the real estate inventory sitting there unsold. So why does that matter to the property investor? So let's imagine you invested in Thai property expecting a rental yield of 5, 6, 7%. With the tourist flow going down, with the prices going down, your rental yield is not 5 or 6 or 7%. Maybe it's 2 or 3 or 4% at best. On top of that, you bought your condo or villa expecting it will appreciate in terms of its price, but it's not appreciating it's depreciating. So some investors will sell in panic. This means a lot of sellers, not a lot of buyers, and the price goes down even more. I guess the real question is whether it's temporary or is it some structural problems. One more question is, what's your actual rental yield in Thailand? So if you own a condo or a villa in Thailand and you rent it out, let me know in the comments what's your occupancy rate or the rental yield for this year. In this situation, the worst case scenario is the domino effect that might happen. But as investors, we have to be ready for the worst case scenario. First, less people come. This means that hotels' occupancy rates go down, staff gets cut from their jobs, the prices go down because everyone is selling and not a lot of people are buying. Then the new construction and the developers are not launching new projects because they have so much stock, and also the market is flooded with the secondary options. This means that another set of jobs are cut now in the construction sphere, and construction is a huge industry with millions of people working in it. So the economy of the country is starting to spiral down. This is a scary situation, but those situations do happen from time to time. And this is the perfect moment for the right investor. But it's only an opportunity if you are prepared, you have cash, and you know what to buy when everyone is trying to sell. So if you are thinking about real estate, first of all, you need to understand that right now, if you bought in the last 2-3 years, your property appreciation might be underwater. This is documented and real. At the same time, government is putting a lot of effort out there to reverse the situation. I hope that in Q4 2025 and in the year 2026, we will see a rebound. I guess tourism decline is temporary, to be very frank with you, because people will continue to come to Phuket. People will continue to come to Samui or Phangan or Pattaya just because those are beautiful, beautiful places with a lot of infrastructure, and people will want to spend their vacations here. On top of the tourism, we have international schools. Families with kids will still go to Phuket to study in the British school or Head Start school. If you are looking at Bangkok, properties in the walking proximity from the BTS or MRT station will have their tenants, will have their buyers, because people will still come to Bangkok for work or for pleasure. They will need a nice place to stay. So what's my thinking? What will happen next? I hope that the situation will reverse itself in Q4 2025. And if not, I strongly believe that Thai government will put even more efforts towards reversing these trends. They might pivot to a new strategy, trying to build a luxury segment and inviting more rich consumers to visit the country. So if that happens and the luxury tourists start to come more and more, this means that cheap condos or cheap houses will continue to decline most likely, but good projects, premium projects in good and premium locations will at least hold their value, but I'm pretty sure they will continue to grow, because the prices, for example, in Phuket, in the first 6 months of the year, increased 6% on average. Some projects increased their prices more than 20%. These are really good investment options. In case this slump continues, this means that the prices will go down even further, and the investor with cash will have a lot of opportunities to find a nice property for a very, very nice price. The truth about Thailand in 2025 is the tourism is down around 7%, with some months being down almost 14% year on year. Those are official numbers, so hotel and condo occupancies are going down a little bit. At the same time, we see an increase in revenue, meaning that people who are coming are spending more and are ready to spend more. But the important thing is that tourism is resilient, and it's been under pressure in Thailand before. It always bounced back because this is a beautiful country who knows how to attract people to visit it. So if you are thinking about buying a property in Thailand, today might be a very good moment to do so, because there are a lot of options out there in the market. You can negotiate, you can find nice deals, and long term, this will be a brilliant investment. If you need help with finding the right projects, the right prices, and the right moment to buy, feel free to check the link in the description. Then check those 2 videos, and I'll see you in the next one.